What is going on today? We have the RTX 5090, and we're going to be seeing what you can expect from this card on this title. As usual, we're not overclocking anything, and everything is straight out of the box settings. Today we have it paired with a 14900K CPU and 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. If you're new here, your subscription is greatly appreciated. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. All right, what's going on, everyone? We've got Cronos here. We've got a 5090 paired with a 14900K. We're just going to run through these settings to see what we can expect out of the 5090, the king of the hill at the moment. And right now we are at 90 FPS, and this is my current settings right here. I'll show you real quick. Go in here, we're at 4K, ray tracing is currently off. We're not upscaling, and the preset is set to medium. Let's go up to high and see what we can expect there. So before any sort of DLSS, we're at 80 FPS, like on a 5090. That's crazy. Anyway, 80 FPS, 83 FPS here. So anyway, I'm just going to run through here, keep it in this like close, close to the beginning kind of section here. I don't want to jump into any sort of story elements for you guys or anything like that. Plus out here, I think it's a little bit tougher to run since it's more open, and in there it's just like a series of rooms. I've played this game for about an hour, and it is terrifying and very hard. So I'd also just don't want to die constantly. So we're just staying out here. All right, so 86 FPS here, and it looks like we are going to have to go up to Epic to get it to like really get close to 60. But let's just keep going and see what we can expect. Again, this is no upscaling whatsoever, but this is a freaking 5090. So this is Epic settings, no upscaling, and we are at 68 FPS, 70 FPS. Man, yeah, so we are looking pretty good as far as, frames go, but like this is a 5090. Anyway, let's just keep going. Maybe toss in a little bit of ray tracing to see if we can see what we can expect once we throw in some ray tracing on top of Epic settings at 4K resolution here. So let's just jump in, go here. I'm gonna make this is probably gonna be a pretty quick video because honestly the 5090 runs everything. So I don't think anyone's going to have their doubts, but I just thought it'd be fun to see how it behaves. All right, so DLSS quality. All right, so that gives us, what does that give us? Does it give us enough to do frame generation? I mean, does it give us enough to do ray tracing? That's the question. 106, 107 FPS here. Quality DLSS looks fantastic. It looks so good. I can hardly tell it's even being upscaled at all. All right, so yeah, we're looking pretty good. We've got 32 gigs of VRAM on this card, so no concerns there at all once we kick on ray tracing and frame generation and all the things. All right, so with ray tracing off, we are currently doing a quality upscale at Epic. No frame generation. Let's just turn on ray tracing and see what that does. All right, that gives us 79 FPS. So with ray tracing and DLSS quality, you can stay comfortably above 60 at 4K. I just hit 80 for a second there. And of course, there is no concern with VRAM. There's more than enough to run probably 2 games at the same time, 3. Everything looks really good. All right, so 80 FPS here. Now, what if we turn off the upscaling with just ray tracing? I'm really just trying to push this thing as far as I can here. All right, so turn off the DLSS. So we're on Epic settings, ray tracing, straight, just all natural pixels. No form of upscaling at all. It doesn't hit 60. Wow. All right, so 51, 50, 49 FPS. Good Lord. On a freaking 5090, folks. All right, so yeah, we're going to need to do some upscaling. And of course, we do have frame generation, so you could also, frame generate from here or choose upscaling. We'll do both. All right, so if I do come over here and turn on the frame generation at this level, although I would probably just run quality because it runs so well. All right, frame generation is disabled if there's other stuff on. What is going on here? All right, I think you have to turn on, that's it. You have to turn on super sampling, DLSS at least. So you have to, that's what it is. You have to at least be running quality, then you can frame generate. So unfortunately, we won't be able to test that, but frame generation, quality DLSS, here we go. with full ray tracing on epic settings, 148 FPS. So there you go. This is kind of where the 5090 hits on this title, with everything completely maxed out using quality DLSS and some frame generation. Now you do have multi-frame generation, and I believe it's 3x. It doesn't really show you or tell you. It just says multi-frame generation or frame generation. So right now we're on frame generation. You have to turn on frame generation, then you can turn on multi-frame generation. It just says, that it doesn't say if it's doing 3x or 4x. So, I'm just going to assume it's 3x based on these numbers. But yeah, 200 FPS. Absolutely gorgeous game. Very freaking scary. Looks really good, though. I mean, there's no complaints at all on my end. I would like to see what it looks like at performance DLSS and just see how crazy the frames can get, because DLSS performance looks really good at 4K in my opinion. And so let's just see what we can do. That gives us about 50 more FPS, dropping that down to performance. No bad ghosting or anything at all. I mean, your base frame rate is pretty high anyway, so it would be almost imperceptible. You'd have to really be looking for it in order to get the actual ghosting to show up. Now, one thing I do want to do is I'm going to kick on my frame view, because I just want to see what our PCL is looking like. All right, so sorry to cut there. I wanted to turn on my PCL monitor. So the PCL up there, that's our post-compute latency. So even with all this going on, with the multi-frame generation and everything going on, since you have such a high base frame rate, which if I come over here and look, we'll be able to see exactly what that is. So performance DLSS gives you 98, 100, about 100 FPS. So that gives your post-compute latency about a 40, 41 millisecond, time right there. So now that you know that the PCL is like really good, because our base frame rate is so high, that's kind of where multi-frame generation shines the best to me. Yeah, you can use it to get yourself over 60 in some scenarios where it doesn't really matter. But if you come over here and just take a look, so we're at 235 FPS, and that actually helped our post-compute latency. It went down a little bit. That is just really nice. I mean, we're looking like, this is so snappy. And to be honest, on my other videos, I've said it, this game does not need some snappy PCL. Like, your latency on this title, you can probably tolerate up to like 80 milliseconds and be totally fine, because this game is not super fast or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you can expect. I just wanted to see kind of like how I would run it. So definitely ray tracing on 5090. We're going to use ray tracing. We're going to turn that off. We're going to go to quality DLSS on epic settings. This is probably how I would run it. I just probably wouldn't even like really bother with any sort of frame generation. I just don't think you need it on something like this. And it gives us a PCL of 53 milliseconds. And the card is pulling about 400 watts or so. So it's not even like working at its full max capacity. Definitely play it like this. I mean, this is 79 FPS on a game like this. It's more than enough. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. This was 4K on the 5090 paired with the 14900K. And we are going to just jump into the outro here. If you have not subscribed, please do so. It helps me out a lot. I am trying to get myself out of corporate America with these videos. So if you would help me do that, that would be amazing. And with that said, if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back. Your support means the world to me. And we will see you in the very next video. Peace.